The Love Chapter presents A Letter Meant for Someone Else. Emily Parker was 26 years old and lived in a quiet neighborhood of New York City. She worked at a small bookstore called Golden Pages, where she spent her days surrounded by novels about love, hope, and second chances. People often told her, "One day you'll find your soulmate." Emily would smile politely, but deep inside, she had stopped believing in fairy tales. 3 years earlier, someone she truly loved had broken her heart, and since then she had built invisible walls around it. Every morning, on her way to work, she stopped at the same little coffee shop. One day, while waiting for her coffee, she noticed a handsome young man sitting alone near the window. He was reading a book and writing something in a notebook. He looked up, smiled politely, and returned to his writing. Emily smiled back before leaving. The next morning, he was there again. And the morning after that, he was there once more. For almost 2 weeks, they exchanged nothing more than small smiles. Neither of them had the courage to say hello. One rainy afternoon, Emily accidentally left her favorite novel on a cafe table. When she returned in a panic, the young man was standing there holding it. "I think this belongs to you," he said. Emily laughed nervously. "You just saved my favorite book." "I'm Ryan," he replied, extending his hand. Emily. That simple handshake became the beginning of something beautiful. Soon, they started meeting every morning before work. They talked about books, music, dreams, and childhood memories. Ryan dreamed of becoming a successful architect. Emily dreamed of writing her own novel someday. Weeks turned into months. The two strangers became best friends. Ryan always encouraged her. "Your stories deserve to be read by the world." Emily always believed in him. "You'll build buildings people will never forget." One autumn evening, Ryan invited Emily to Central Park. Golden leaves danced through the air as they walked together. Suddenly, Ryan stopped beneath a huge maple tree. "I have something for you." He handed Emily a small white envelope. She opened it carefully. Inside was a handwritten letter. "Dear Emily, before I met you, life felt ordinary. You taught me that happiness hides inside simple moments, a cup of coffee, a shared smile, and long conversations. I don't know what tomorrow will bring. But I know one thing. I'm hopelessly in love with you. Would you give me the chance to love you for the rest of my life? Ryan." Emily's eyes filled with tears. Without saying a word, she hugged him tightly. "I love you too." That night became the happiest night of their lives. Months passed. Everything seemed perfect. Then life changed unexpectedly. Ryan received the biggest opportunity of his career. A famous architecture company in London offered him his dream job. It was impossible to refuse. Emily smiled bravely. "You should go." Ryan held her hands. "I don't want to lose you." "You won't," she whispered. Love is stronger than distance. They promised to call every day. At first, they did. Then work became busier. Time zones made conversations shorter. The distance slowly created silence. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. Emily never stopped loving him, but every unanswered message broke her heart a little more. One evening, she received a small package. Inside was the same white envelope Ryan had once given her. But this time, there was another letter. Emily. If you're reading this, it means I made the biggest mistake of my life. I spent months chasing my dream career. Then one morning I realized something. Every achievement felt empty because you weren't there to celebrate it with me. I thought success would make me happy. Instead, it only showed me what truly matters. I'm coming home. If your heart still has room for me, please meet me where our story began. The little coffee shop. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. Ryan. Emily read the letter over and over again. The next evening, she arrived early. 5 minutes passed. 10 minutes. 20 minutes. Ryan still hadn't come. Emily looked down sadly. Maybe she had believed too quickly. As she turned to leave, someone gently called her name. Emily. She froze. Ryan was standing across the street, holding a bouquet of white roses. He slowly walked toward her. I'm sorry for every tear I caused. I learned that dreams can wait. But true love shouldn't. Emily couldn't stop crying. She ran into his arms. The people around them smiled and quietly applauded. Ryan reached into his pocket and pulled out a small velvet box. He knelt on one knee. Emily Parker, you were never just another chapter of my life. You became the entire story. Will you marry me? Through tears and laughter, Emily whispered, yes, 1,000 times, yes. 1 year later, they were married in a beautiful garden surrounded by family and friends.